नमाज मिराजुल मोमिनीन है। इस अजान शरीफ को आप तक पहुंचाकर सदका जारिया कमाया है तारिक हलाल वालों ने। अल्लाह सुब्हान व तआला इस नेक काम के एवज उनके कारोबार में बरकत अता करें, उनके अहल व अय्याल में सेहत, तंदुरुस्ती, रहमत और बरकत अता करें और तमाम मरहुमीन को दर्जाते फजीलत बख्शें। आमीन। अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर, أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. الناس وين يوم الناس وين يستقبلن وين يقبلن. Malay litut.
Right? The standards are made by Western developed countries. For example, high-speed rail trains. Now, before China started building its own, you can only find, high-speed rail train from Japan or, say, from France, right? They are very good at that. And then if you adopt their way, their standards, you need to buy things from them. And if you need to fix the
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Railroads in the future, you probably have to buy products made in that standards from that country. You have to buy their trains, right? You have to use their technology, and they'll keep charging for that technology. But if we could have our own system and standards that, also good enough, if not even better.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but really quickly,
sure.
I want you to continue. I want to point out that no one has built as much high-speed rail now inside their own country or anywhere as China. So, I think China's probably got the market on the standard standard now. Yeah.
By now. Yes, by now. We're pretty big. Yes. So by now, I think we are the number one in the market when it comes to high-speed rail. So the impact is not just the railroad. Let's say they build this railroad in Nigeria, and in the future they're going to buy trains because they can't produce that locally. Not yet. Where are they going to get that from? Right? China. And then if Nigeria wants to connect with other African countries, they're going to build the railroads with the same standard, right?
Right.
So the trains can run through from one country to another. Then there's, more business.
Lotos w deszczu to cichy, eteryczny i poetycki utwór muzyczny.
back to the shuttle once to me.
Nel mondo interno del popolo dei bassi fondi della società e percepire la loro lotta con il destino. Molte melodie scritte in quel periodo sono diventate motivi classici, moderni. Tra queste, la più rappresentativa è il riflesso della luna nelle sorgenti. Ascoltiamolo insieme. A little bit later. I want to point out one more example. So this is aid that is not part of the Belt and Road. It's, again, South-South development for China health, just health. This is related to just health. So, you know, obviously, if you're going to help people up, you need to, this is for health. So Rwanda, China assisted in the construction of 200 wells there in 11 different districts in eastern southern Rwanda that didn't have access to clean drinking water. And now hundreds of thousands of people there have access to clean drinking water as a consequence of this project that China rolled out for Rwandans. Now, this obviously doesn't help, you know, just immediately the impact is not some sort of construction project or whatever, but it helps people. It's done from a place in China's heart to just legitimately help people because they need help. And that is a beautiful and amazing thing that I don't think is appreciated by a lot of people who call themselves China watchers.
Yeah, and also, if you think about the landscape of China, you know, there are places, you know, with natural climate and environment just like Africa, right? Like, you know, the desert area. So China has a lot of experiences, you know, and it has been through a lot. And it has found ways of helping the poor, people in need, in all kinds of situations. And we're willing to use the expertise we've had to help simpler people. There is compassion and there's understanding when it comes to the way China helps. So if people just stop looking at the way China, you know, does these things without, you know, through what do you call it, colored glasses, right? And just look at the reality, you'll see things differently. And also, I think underlying all that, you know, we talk about the global community of destiny, about how we understand the sufferings of a lot of other people. There's also a cultural aspect. Yeah. There is a strong sense of reciprocity. Yeah. Like there's a bond, it's friendship. And this is, sometimes you help friends. It's not because you want something back, right?
You know, actually, exactly on that point, it was in the 1950s and 60s after World War II that a lot of African countries began to gain their independence from European colonizers. And at that same time, there were a lot of communications between China and Africa talking about how to build a future together. And so the growth that we have now, where China has basically found multiple formulas for leading to economic success, China is eager to share with its friends in other underdeveloped areas because both of them came out of a similar situation where China was bullied by Europeans and the Japanese, and Africa was bullied by multiple, like, colonial states in Europe. And they were both coming into their own to, like, redevelop and rejuvenize their national status and their economics for the people that live there. And China and Africa really have a lot in common. And so it makes complete sense historically, the direction of history from that time to this time, why China and Africa are such good partners now.
Right, and also, it's like we've suffered before, right? And we understand what you've been through. And that's on the level of emotions almost. So that's why I think China, even though some people think China is a developed country, or it's on the way to become a very developed country, although, you know, the degree of development varies across the huge landscape. But China will always stand with the developing countries. Right? It's not going to be like, oh, I'm rich enough now. I'm high up. I'm just looking down at you guys. That's not going to be the way. I think there's tenderness in our minds and our hearts for people who are suffering. And we don't we want to help them. We generally want to help them. And there's a sincerity and kindness. And it's not just one way. There are, we call them like friendship countries almost. For example, Pakistan. Right? It's like we don't need reasons to be good to Pakistan because we are friends. And because there's, mutual sincerity and kindness. And these are powerful forces for the Chinese people. Like, the Chinese people fall for that. I think for American people, probably people fall for the dollars more. It's just more attractive, right? Yeah. But here, for a lot of Chinese people, we're soft that way. And it goes from the individual level to the national level. I'm just going to tell you some examples.
Sure.
So at the start of the pandemic, China got over its worst period. Wuhan got over its worst period by early spring in 2020, right? And by then, in March that time, the pandemic had, it's like it was found in a lot of places in the world. And in early March, China sent a lot of masks and other materials to Pakistan, and also many other countries. Pakistan was one of the earlier ones. And I think, and also at that time, Pakistan was suffering from locusts.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember that? Yes.
Yeah.
What do you call that? Locust catastrophe or disaster?
Yeah, I think locust is enough. It's even biblical. Oh no, the locusts are here. I remember that moved across the world island.
And also in Africa.
Coming toward. Yeah.
So at that time, I think on the 9th of March, I still remember this, material and...
از صنعتکاران صنعت کسایی که کار صنعت
They put the tents over. Things like that. Forever. And it's not about how much money we get sending over aid or the investment return for these projects in the future. Sometimes it's just about sincerity and kindness. And in China, we have this phrase, 滴水之恩当涌泉相报. It's like a kindness, you gave me a kindness of one drop of water, and I will return it as a spring of water, like a spring with endless of water. And that is something that the Chinese people live with. And it's just this natural sense of reciprocity. You are kind to me, and I will be kind to you. And that's friends, right? That's and it's not just for Pakistan. For a lot of other countries, and sometimes it's still developing countries, but you feel the sincerity. And also back in the March of 2020, the start of when
l'installation suivra les critères de localisation de la santé. Grâce à ce projet, il introduit la technologie chinoise de la société Sinovac, car il dispose d'installations civiles et accueillir plus d'1 milliard de doses par an. Le système de refroidissement est l'une des étapes les plus importantes de la chaîne de production de vaccins.
La China State Construction Engineering Corporation dirige les travaux qui devraient être achevés dans 90 jours. L'installation s'étendra sur 2800 mètres carrés dans le nouveau complexe de production de Vaxera à l'ouest du Caire. Les extensions futures peuvent permettre d'ajouter jusqu'à 1000 mètres carrés. Cela permet à l'Égypte d'être une plaque tournante régionale pour produire et stocker des vaccins, non seulement pour les besoins égyptiens, mais aussi pour toute la région. L'Afrique vise à produire 60% de ces vaccins. L'Égypte s'emploie à jouer un rôle important dans cette vision. Notre coopération vaccinale avec la Chine est très importante et fructueuse. Et l'achèvement du projet avance à une vitesse record. Sinovac et Vaxera ont signé le contrat en janvier. L'entrepôt de refroidissement devrait être opérationnel d'ici juillet. Il a une capacité de stockage qui peut répondre aux besoins de 70% de la population égyptienne. La célébration d'aujourd'hui marque une nouvelle étape dans la coopération sanitaire sino-égyptienne pour lutter contre la pandémie. La Chine et l'Égypte se sont unis dans un esprit d'équipe depuis que la pandémie a éclaté en 2020. Cela a créé un... Dans cette vision, notre coopération vaccinale avec la Chine est très importante et fructueuse. Et l'achèvement du projet avance à une vitesse record. Sinovac et Vaxera ont signé le contrat pour lutter contre la pandémie.
My savings are gone.
Okay.
Where'd
you have them last?
Que la pandémie a éclaté en 2020.
But I got them on that vacation
Cela a
I
créé
to the farmer. Now they're gone.
Weird. Weird? Not really. Not saving now means no money later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million.
Dans cette vision,
Terceiro, quer saber se sua casa se qualifica para o programa de energia solar grátis? Com a Sunrun, você sabe de onde vem a sua energia e ainda fica livre de aumentos mensais. Procure Luciana Soares no 508-400-6331. Faça uma avaliação sem pagar nada e sem compromisso. Sunrun, garanta o seu painel.
don't know what replaces that.
Well, according to ICOM, they still make it.
706?
7,000.
Oh, 7,000.
Yeah, there might be a 7100 or something in there. I don't know, but They've had some other models come out since then. I think they only recently stopped making the 7200.
Yeah, they got a 7100. It's got that tilted 45-degree screen, which I don't like that.
That might be okay at your base station, but I didn't like the appearance of it. It would certainly be awful in the car trying to fit that in.
Yeah. That's a little weird. So that's it. So that's the replacement of the 7100.
Hey, Pete. WA2LBI.
A1LA.
A1AV.
UWR 3KF. When I was running mobile, and I was in the car a lot, but I find it's very difficult to keep, once in a while you get lucky, you can run a QSO for an hour. Most of the time, though, a lot of people, it's tough for having people hear you. So it's kind of frustrating, too.
Well, as I said, from my house all the way to work, I could talk to the guys on 18 on 75 in the morning, Rich.
Now, were they local guys, or were they people you talked with all the time?
Yeah, the same people I had hit from the base station. I was able to talk to Ray in Canada.
Oh, boy.
I did 20 meters on mine locally. I mean, you're within 10, 15 miles, they heard you fine, and then once you got that far away, of course, everybody in Florida heard you well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I talk to the guys in Florida all the time.
Yeah, I didn't have any trouble working into Europe on 20 meters in the afternoon.
But with the new cars also, I would imagine you could really screw them up.
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, that's the vehicle I had, it is pretty much computer driven.
And you have no problem.
Well, except that one thing, but it was the transmission, and I couldn't find out what was controlling that in order to isolate it, so it wasn't worth it, so I just didn't talk on that one band while driving.
What band was that, 40?
40.
What is it?
40.
Yep. If any of them are going to do it, that's the one that will.
And you figure the computer was probably in the cab along with the radio, so, you never know.
Yep. Well, Nick, I think it's official. You could put you could actually glue those felt legs over your legs.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, I think that would be safe now.
I'm just seeing how far the front door is from the airport to Frankfurt.
Are you going?
My wife is going, though.
And you're not going with her?
No, I'm going to watch the dog. She's going to Pierce with us.
Oh, okay.
He's got to watch the dogs and watch his new radio.
I think Richard would watch the dogs.
I'd walk it, sure.
It's just a hop, skipping away from airport to downtown.
Where's she flying into?
Frankfurt.
That sounds like fun. Was it about a 6-hour flight?
No, because of the COVID business.
Well, I mean, you still got to do the testing and stuff. Was it about a 6-hour flight?
We're going over about 7.5. Depends on if they touch the jet stream.
Okay.
You normally fly at about 5 to 6 o'clock, and you get there about 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah, red eye.
And you sleep.
I sleep over and I sleep after I get there.
I can't sleep on an airplane. I never have.
And pharmacology makes that a little bit easier.
Rick, but we fixed it.
Yeah, well, that's how it goes with these radios. But yes, you did. You fixed it. It's great. I think you'll really get to know the radio. You'll be surprised at how great it works.
Well, there's a good radio in there struggling to get on.
Yeah, when you the radios that you have, and you're comparing them to two of the top-notch radios, and the 10 doesn't take a back seat, certainly to the 101, and I don't think there's much better going on. I don't think you're going to listen to another radio and say, boy, it's a lot better than the 10.
Well, the only difference is the bells and whistles.
Yeah. And the buttons.
Yeah, the only thing is the buttons are close together.
Yep. I got to tell you, when I was going through all that, I was really thinking of an 890.
Well, the 890 is hard to let that go because it's really just a fine rig.
Yeah, I know. It's got stuff in the front that you can reach and touch and not touch three of them when you go to do that.
I just wish YAESU had made this just a little bigger.
Yep.
Because that seems to be a common complaint, you reach for one button and you hit another.
And that really wouldn't be bad if you know that you hit the button. The real frustration is when you don't know you hit the button, you don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, does that have a beep tone that you can enable and set volume to for any button to press?
Yes, it does. I guess maybe I should turn that on.
Yeah, maybe make it a bit louder.
Yeah.
At least you'd be alerted when you did something and not 20 minutes later when nothing's working.
Yep. Yeah, the interesting thing with what we did today, it didn't seem like we did all that much, just some minor modifications to change it so drastically.
Well, I think probably the biggest step here was getting those cables replaced, don't you think, Nick?
Oh, yeah.
Because no matter what you did, you sounded furry. Now you're fine, and I think you could wiggle those audio controls all over the place, and you would not be fuzzy. You might be either compressed or over bassy, but I think that would be the only damage.
No, I swapped out two cables, and I think that made a difference.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you can use a little bit, a couple of highs, but aside from that, it is night and day difference. I would leave it this way for a day or two and let people listen to you and see how it goes. But somebody, I guess it was Sean said earlier, make sure you save whatever you got there.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to...
when you get on tomorrow, don't even say the radio you're on. Otherwise, we all start looking for problems with it. So just use it.
But aside from that,
and see if anybody comments.
Yeah, give that file name some unique identifier so you know what you did today.
He doesn't even have to do that. If he saves it, it'll automatically have today's date on it.
Yeah, but I always like to put some little indication in there as to what.
I put it back up, and I just tied it all together again, and it's still back up there. But I've gotten out another piece of polyethylene rope that's probably about 6 or 7 years old that's been hanging in my garage, and I have it laid out on my driveway about of it, and I'm going to go and put that up for a while. But it's already 5 or 6 years old, so I guess it'll last another 5. Go ahead. Well, I used to use that stuff, and eventually I do experience it becomes one down. But in the process here of cleaning it all up, I neglected to have a pair of heavy-duty leather work gloves on, and as a result, I ended up with my hands full of little tiny pieces of fiberglass or polyethylene or whatever it is. And it's not very pleasant.
Oh, yes, I know that. I've done it. But I've learned to wear simple little work gloves to do that. And it saves your fingers and your hands. The nice thing about it is it's very cheap. I have bought rolls of that at Rona and Armprior, at the Country Depot store in Almont, and at Rona and Carlton Place. And I can buy a 650-foot roll of 3/8-inch polypropylene for about $45. I mean, that's pretty cheap. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't have a calculator handy, but yeah, I would say that's a pretty good buy.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I bought it. Now, I know it doesn't last, and it's not as good as all that other black stuff you can buy that costs 10 times more. But hey, here I am 11 years later, I got to replace a rope. Okay, why not? Go ahead.
Well, that's a good approach.
Yeah, I know you don't agree with it, I can tell. Okay, Rick, I'll let you go there, and I think, I don't know if you heard Ken, I certainly heard him. He was calling in, so I'll let you go and pick the others up who are still in there. Catch you tomorrow, maybe. V3 HVA, V3 Queen Tokyo.
All right, well, I still have to get his next on the list there. V3 Sierra 3 Bravo from V3 HVA.
Yeah, V3 XPL back to Rick State. Yeah, I'm still looking for Dutch sets tomorrow. Won't be planting for a while, but I'm going to go look for some. I know where I can get them. Rick,
Rick, have you got a pencil handy?
I do.
Well, Ken's going to tell you something.
Yeah, I had to swing around and bring up the audio on K1R8.
Okay, I found my schematic of the hex piece. That's which one it's the design they went by was a D3X or D3 Tango X-ray Quebec application graphic. That's the antenna that they went to design them. But they followed the instructions on the website of K4KIO. You've probably heard of that antenna before. K4KIO is the name of the website. But they made some modifications for that one. But that's, if you go to the K4KIO one, it'll give you a good idea how to put it together.
Well, I've got the two call signs noted down there, Ken, so we'll do a little bit of exploration there.
That's, but they modified a lot of stuff on this one, but anyhow, that'll give you some idea. I gotta get going, so it's 8:73.
Okay, well, let's stay safe and stay on the one side. We'll probably catch you tomorrow afternoon.
Mike, you probably... I don't know, is there a speech processor on there, maybe?
This is Kilo 1 Foxtrot Uniform. Yeah, I'm on a ICOM 7300, so what I really need to do is take it off into my dummy load and play around or not take up an entire group's time and just mess around with it. But that radio is relatively new to me too as well, so I gotta keep flipping through the manual. It's got more options than I've got knowledge over.
Oh, Mike, am I make your day? Oh, brother, I'm gonna make your day. Yes, sir. I got a 7300. I just spent 3 months learning how to use it. I'm guessing you're in the default settings right now for your audio, right?
Well, I did a little bit of reading. I got my mic gain at about 40%, and I got my compression right now at about 3. Over.
Okay, I'll give you the secret sauce here, brother. Go 100% on your RF. Go 100% on your mic gain. Go to 2 on your compressor, and go to your TX SSB audio profile, and turn everything to full tilt boogie on the audio on the treble, and +3 on the bass, and you will be amazed at the differences, the way it sounds.
Can you give that to me one more time? I'm grabbing a pen right now to write that down. Over.
Yeah, 100% RF, 100% mic, compressor is 2, TX SSB audio profile, +5 on treble, and +3 on bass.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to run 100 watts into his new amplifier.
Well, yeah, you got the ALC connected, right?
Negative. I actually set the ALC in the back on that switch adjustment and with the front, and even up at about 500 watts, I wasn't able to end up with a fault. So right now, I just have the TM. Over.
Yeah, what's the amp again? Say the amp again.
The amp is an Ameritron ALS 600, and my voltage-terminated dipole has a Palomar engineered resistor, so it's rated up to 500 watts. So I got to be careful too with that. Over.
Okay, well, without an ALC connected, you're going to have to bring that RF power up gradually. Just make sure you don't, fritz out the amplifier or start, generating spurs or whatever. But all the other settings should be good for you.
All right, I appreciate that. Let me let the group get back to their normal conversations for a little bit here, and I might just listen in. But thank you, everybody, for the signal report and for the assistance with the settings. This is K1FU.
Yeah, you know how to get into that menu to set your audio profile on transmit?
No, but I'll pull that and look through there. I'll let the group get back to a couple conversations. I got a lot of playing around with this radio to do just yet. Over.
Roger, understand. Yeah, well, it's a fun rig. And great rig. I love it a lot. And, check in with us when you get her adjusted. Because I've had this conversation with a couple of different 7300 users. And the difference between the stock, default settings, and the ones that I just gave you are like for it. So that's really cool too. I don't know if you have access. Well, you've probably got a phone. You can get K3FEF on your phone, and you're getting into that real good. So you can monitor your own signal there and hear the difference for yourself. Roger.
Yeah, no, I'll do that here probably a little bit later. I'll find myself a clear frequency and start messing around.
All right, Mike. Well, thanks for dropping in. This KM4XG standing by.
Danville, New Hampshire. So I may just go to that one. Anyways, Bob, thanks for taking a second. I'll send it back to you. It's KB1UTO back to BE3SU. Everybody on the night watch, stay safe.
Wish I could go with you, Joe. It sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. Okay, Joe, I might come back to you there. AB9AH John in Appleton, are you there? Oh, I'm good, John. I can hear you. Sean, you are really booming in here today, and that's unusual.
Oh, it's just my magnetic personality's working today.
Ah, you got the loop up.
No, and I have the power down, actually.
I was referring to Ted and his magnetic loops. And it beeps, WH2LBI.
Hey, you want anything?
You know, right now, I'm receiving you two guys with equal strength on the vertical, which I'm on now. I was going back and forth. And I don't know, you might be hearing me a little weaker. I don't know. But I'm hearing you just as well now.
Yeah, I didn't really notice any change. If I look at the meter, it's about the only way I know which one you're on.
Okay. Well, that's nice to know. You know, I like the idea. The 40 meter, and the other nice thing about my 40 meter antenna is that it's 40 meters. It's not next to the house and popping all kinds of ground fault interrupters at any time, or my wife's computer. So it makes me feel with the 3S unit to keep clear of any interference.
Yeah, there is that. I had all sorts of stuff around here that I had to deal with for years, trying to fix, even at 100 watts. I never had an amplifier until the last couple of years.
Oh boy. Did you clear it up by putting in ferrite stuff and all that?
Well, also part of the big issue was the original phone wiring that they put in this house was not anything decent that we've got today, and the problem was it was acting like a huge antenna, and so the landline phones were always miserable.
Okay, so your house glowed when you modulated.
Yeah, the phones did. It took a long time to fix stuff, and then when we got the DSL here, I had all sorts of trouble on 75. I could never figure the darn thing out till I dug into it deeper and found out that one of the carrier frequencies is 3.5 megahertz.
Oh. Bingo.
Yeah, that took a bit of work. I relocated the DSL router and so on and so forth, and that thing was encased in a Faraday shield, and on and on, and it was tamed, not you could live with it. But then when I switched to cable, it solved that problem. Now you just know that I'm there at high power.
Well, that's something to be thankful for. You can borrow my vertical if you want. Put it in the edge of your property.
Just put a coax switch in, we can share it.
You know, I don't know. You probably do. There's something. I am fascinated more by vertical antennas than dipoles or horizontal antennas. Any horizontal antenna. I don't know why, but I have a fascination. A vertical thing going up in the air, I find just fascinating that it gets out like that. Sometimes I stand and look at it. I know I'm sick.
Well, when I was a novice, I had a vertical and a 70 and a 40 meter inverter.
Yeah. Go ahead. Okay.
I might get him tonight. K4 UVX, are you there, Dave? You know something? Are you running QRP on me tonight? Oh, geez, because, you're one of the last guys that expect to go over the wall on me. Because, boy, are you down in the dumps tonight. It's the band, Dave. It's the band. You're there, but I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, good. You want to do me a favor? Grab Chris next, okay? Because Chris can hear you. Get Chris for me, okay?
Run it through this mixer first. High impedance mic output on the back of the mixer, a monaural output. And even so, I have to run that through an impedance matching pad before connecting it to the microphone jack in the front of the rig. And the high mic probably requires a similar kind of setup, I'm guessing. Roger, is fan and power supplied by the mixer.
Okay, so you SLR connector coming off the mic over?
Yeah, 10-4.
Okay, so you take the SLR and then you're plugging that into that external power supply, and then from there you're going into the mixer, is that correct?
Well, the fan and power supply is built into the mixer, so all I have to do is push a switch on the mixer, and it supplies the 48 volts on the, I believe it's on the ground and pin 2, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong.
Because I have another dial which requires a 48 volt power, but it was called the FIN. I don't know if you remember the dial that lit up a blue light called the FIN. I have that in my box. But I think just to get the light, all you need a 48 volt to break the light.
Well, yeah, probably so. I mean, if it's a ribbon mic or a condenser mic, a large diaphragm type mic, you probably need the 48 volts.
Right now on the newer rig, they go up to 3.050, 3.050. So I don't know why they put the 50 in there, but that's where that's how wide they let them transmit. I couldn't figure out why they didn't just say 3,000K, but they got the 50 in there too. So it's 3.05. I thought that was kind of odd.
Well, I never understood engineering in the first place, Carl, so one thing I did find out about this radio when I bought it, the guy in the trunk of his car, my governor couldn't lift it out of the trunk of the car. I said, well, one thing, I said to the gentleman, I don't think anybody break in and steal the thing. They couldn't run too far with it. So I don't need to bolt it down. I don't even know what it weighs, but I just know it's darn heavy. Of course, it's got the contained power supply, and it's a 200-watt version, which, you probably don't even need an amp, but I do have I have a 1K amp, and I run it around 400, 500 watts. That way it doesn't get too hot and heat up the room. But anyhow, it is what it is. I'll tell you what, Carl, I got to go upstairs and get my wife's ill, and I got to get her some dinner going. So we'll break on your final, and I really enjoyed the QSO, and the pleasure is definitely on this side. So we'll say 73 cities, we'll clear on your final, Carl. Go ahead.
All right, there's another guy down just a little down in Edinburgh, Pennsylvania. His name Buster. He's in Butler County also. I don't know if you ever talked to him or even know him. But his name's Buster. I don't remember his call right off. It's called KT3
I can't remember the... Oh, I have it on my phone. Hold on. Let me look. I just remembered. Yeah, like I said, he's having a little bit of trouble with his diabetes. KP3GHC. And he has the Kenwood 890, I do believe, the new version of the Kenwood. So, all right. We'll catch you later. 73 to you. Good talking to you this afternoon. I got this evening now, so anyway, won't hold you up there. In about 15-20 minutes, they'll be texting me or calling me and tell me it's dinner time to eat. So I usually get in here about 1:30, 2 o'clock every day into the dinner bell. So, all right, 73 to you. This is Kilowatt Bravo 3 Radio doesn't transmit.
Very good, Carl. Wish you the very best. Have a great one and a safe one. We're the chef, so we do the cooking. Anyhow, take care. Bye-bye.
Yep, God bless. KP3RDJ.
Alpha Charlie 3IV contact.
Alpha Charlie, what was the rest?
Alpha Charlie 3IV coming from Lakeville, Pennsylvania, northeast Pennsylvania. Contact.
Yeah, okay. I slow down there. Alpha, is it Alpha 3 or is it Alpha Charlie? I didn't catch it all, but go ahead and try again.
Copy, this is Alpha Charlie 3IV. I just put it up to 60% on the 7300. I was at 30% when I first tried. How do I sound now?
Over. Why don't you turn it up to 100%? Not the mic gain, but your output.
Copy. So what does it sound like?
It sounds good. That's what I'm running here is an ICOM 7300.
Yeah, you sound really good. You sound clear, crystal clear, really strong. What's your location? What's your QTH?
Pennsylvania.
Northeast, southeast, Pittsburgh?
I'm northwestern Pennsylvania. 70 miles north of Pittsburgh and about 80 miles south of Lake Erie.
Oh, Roger. So how's the weather treating you guys over there? Right now over here, the sun just came out, and it's dry as can be, but I tell you, it was nasty overnight. Over.
We're still getting snow here. We didn't get like some people down, I seen someone down in Hagerstown, Maryland, not really in Hagerstown, Maryland, but just north of it on the Pennsylvania side. I see they got 8 inches of snow there. But we didn't get anything like that. We probably got about 3 inches total. But nothing more than that. Still didn't get your call. Alpha Charlie 3 ? This is KP3RDT. Again, that's Kilowatt Bravo 3 Radio Delta Tango.
Copy Alpha 3, Alpha Charlie 3IV. I gotta figure out how to turn. You don't have time for that. I gotta see how to turn the processor off. I got to it, and this processor out, I just don't know what button to hit to turn it off. I tried the up and downs, that didn't work.
Do you turn the dial? Do you turn the tuning dial?
I tried that too. Stand by. Alright, unless you gotta go. It's 5:20. Over.
No, take a couple more minutes. Let's see what I'd like to see what it sounds like and what it looks like.
Stand by. Let me get the book. I got the book right here.
Between 45 and 50%, and I boost the bass on this, and you have lots of bass. You got plenty of bass. Where you got your
your treble set. I got mine wide open, but I only have the mic gain set at 25% on this rig.
I just set my mic gain at 50 and my compression's at 3. I haven't even gone into the audio settings yet. I just got the 7300, just put up the dipole 2 days ago, so it's hitting really good. I mean, I think I'm getting out fairly decent, but I haven't started fiddling with the treble and the bass yet. Copy. I'm over.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I don't like to use very much compression. Anything between 3 and 8. Well, sometimes mine peaks a little bit more than my peak, but I always figure no more than, if you watch a compressor meter, I don't like to see any more than 3. Let me make sure that's where I have it. I have it on number 1. I know where I have it, but I want to see what it says on the meter, on the compression meter there. So I'm watching. Oscar Hotel 8 Kilo X-ray Kilo.
Sarasota Bay, and we're in the third condo.
I
changed stories, and then the last two, I think, are 6 or 7 stories. Anyway.
Más que saben, lo único que saben son, y los cosas estuvieron cerrados. Están esperando que pasó la Semana Santa y van a chequear de nuevo a todo el mundo lo que pueden ir a chequearse, porque hay un montón de gente que no están reportados todavía hoy.
Halfway to you. Anyways, you were 5 and 9. I'll give you a better report than next over. I'm located here in the west coast of Florida near Sarasota, Alberto. Over.
Okay, very fine. Very fine signal, very fine modulation. Very clear modulation here. I'm using here a very old antenna, a 3NM monoband Terrex antenna that was built during the 1954. I'm running about 300 watts into that antenna, and the rig is a YAESU 1200. That's what we got here. And I am a CW or not, I am a work CW most of the time. But here just allow some vehicle. I'm going to try you a YAESU on the phone. So Serenity, I don't know how it sounds. I don't know how to set up this Radio Quebec, this is Whiskey Papa for Lima.
Yeah, well, great, Alberto. Well, it sounds good. Yeah, your radio sounds good, and I used to work quite a bit of CW from time to time. In 2009, when you and I worked last, that was my 50th year celebration in ham radio. So, and I was making all the contacts I could, and I made a whole bunch that year. So I appreciate that contact then. I appreciate this contact now. You sound good on phone. You have to get on phone more often. I really enjoy 20. I'm only on 20 meters right now for a couple years. And when the band's higher frequencies get a little better, I'm going to put another antenna up probably. But you're doing a great job. You sound good. Your audio is good, so the radio is working great on the phone. Over.
Okay, you are speaking now 35 dB here. Speaking 35 dB. I don't know if you're turning your antenna down here, but the signal is better now. So I'm very glad with your game. And I work a lot of station on the 50 meters, and I have a lot of friends there. I really know you here. I work at school, and a lot of them are working 50 meters. So for the next reason, I take care and have many years. I think take care of the COVID.
Yeah, very good, Alberto. Well, you have a nice call, and Puerto Rico is good DX for a lot of stations around the world. So you should have some really good luck. I'm sure you do. And yeah, I've been to Puerto Rico several times, few times in business, and a few times on pleasure there, down to the beaches and so forth. Thank you. Good luck to you, and great to see you again after about 13 years. WP4L K5RQ. Bye bye.
Okay, Serenity, take care.
Alpha Echo 0 K5RQ. This is Delta Kilo 4 Echo India calling in by.
Okay, the station was Charlie Tango Lima, I think it was. Stand by. First, Delta Kilo 4 Echo India. That sounds a little bit familiar. Hi, Heinz. Nice to work you. Believe it or not, we last worked several years ago in 2018 on 40 meters. I'm going to get the antenna a little bit more in your direction here now. Anyways, you have an excellent signal, 5 and 9 tonight here, and I'm located on the west coast of Florida near Sarasota, and my name is Dave. Over.
Yeah, great, Dave. You also have an excellent signal over here in the middle of Germany, and I copy you in the east at 10 over 9 at my location about 100 miles north of Frankfurt City. And you got my name correct, Heinz, and back to you. K5RQ, AK4EI.
Yeah, very good, Heinz. Well, great to see you. Yeah, I've been in Germany a few times, and my ancestors, I think, came from Germany years and years ago. And I've flown through Frankfurt several times on business, and once or twice on pleasure, I think, coming back from the Middle East, etc. So, anyways, you're doing a great job. Real quick here, because there's other stations calling, but my station here is about 800 watts ICOM equipment, a 4-element JK Yagi about 40 meters high here on top of the condo. So thank you very much, Heinz, and good luck to you. Over.
Roger. Just I'll take the time to describe my station. I'm running 750 watts, so it's nearly the same as you do. But my radio is a software-defined experimental board, which runs on the Windows computer as a control system. The name of the controlling software is Thetis, named after the Greek god, and it works like a god, I guess. Every time a new wonder. So, there's the station, and the amplifier is amplifying 16 milliwatts out of the experimental board and putting out the 750 watts. It's a two-stage military amplifier, and I'm sorry to say it has been made for the Russian army, but it's surplus 40 years ago. And it still works very, very stable.
So, that's it. I wish you all the best. Good luck. Have a nice evening from Delta Kilo 4 Echo India.
Yeah, DK4EI, K5RQ. Well, a couple things. One, your SDR board sounds really good. Your audio sounds great. And you're quite strong. And going from 15 milliwatts to 750 watts, that's a lot of amplification. And, everything's not good right now with some of the Russian stuff, but congratulations on your station. It's doing great. Anyways, I won't keep it, but great to work here for the second time. It's been like four years since our last contact. So I'll say 73s and good luck to you, Heinz. Have a great evening there. DK4EI, K5RQ.
Yeah, it's half an hour until midnight over here. And I got a appointment with my dentist tomorrow. So I will close it down. Have a lot of sleep and I see you to see what happens tomorrow. Thank you. Safe and see you next time.
Okay, very good. I tell you what, the last time I went to the dentist,